Good evening and welcome to the Arundel Camera Club live stream for Wednesday, March 17th, 2021. My name is John Milliker and I'm the club president for the 2020-2021 season. The Arundel Camera Club was founded in 1957. It exists to promote the arts, science, and education in all aspects and fields of photography. Normally we meet at 7 p.m. every Wednesday evening during the school year in Severna Park, Maryland. However, with the current disruptions, we've decided to continue business as normal in a virtual space, which allows us to protect our members and guests from the current COVID-19 situation. For more information about us, please visit www.arundelcameraclub.org. And I also want to thank, before we go on, I want to thank everyone who personally who came out and also invited their friends and family to Brian Baru on last Thursday's fundraising night. Thanks to your generosity, the club raised $280. Upcoming schedule. On Wednesday, March 24th, we have a great program by Lynn Garwood on composition beyond the rule of thirds. And then on Saturday, March 27th, the rain date will be Sunday, March 28th. We will be at Lake Waterford Park in Pasadena, Maryland from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. See our Facebook page or email to our mailing list for details and a map on where we'll be congregating. We would certainly appreciate you letting us know if you plan to attend, and we will be following all COVID guidelines for a small outdoor gathering. Bring your camera and your lunch. We will have a grill going if you want to bring something to cook. And if you don't feel well or don't feel comfortable going out, please stay home. We will have plenty more of these as the year progresses. Lake Waterford Park has a great little area to photograph, but typically we're also tired of being cooped up. We round the wagons and set our chairs 6 feet apart from each other in a circle and just pretty much talk all day. But that will be a great time to come out and meet some of the members. Also, if you have anybody that may be interested in joining the club, invite them out. Maybe they'll like what they see. Then the following week, on Wednesday, March 31st, we have a program by Arundel Camera Club's own Mike Thomas. Keep an eye out for updated information soon on the topic to be discussed. Please be aware that March photo assignments are also due by 6 p.m. on that Wednesday, the 31st. And remember, that is the theme of daily tasks. We will be speaking of these images and the theme on the following Wednesday, April 7th. And remember that daily tasks is something that you've done with your daily routines. It is a very wide open subject, and we hope that you tell us a good story with your photographs. And now, before we move on to tonight's contest, I want to thank Kathy Hockle for taking on the nomination committee duties for the end of the year. Kathy's job is to set up a team of people looking for club members who would make amazing officers. I've always firmly believed that fresh faces and new ideas are how our club absolutely thrives. If you would like to speak to Kathy regarding running for a club position, volunteering to help our officer staff, or nominating another member for a position, please either talk to Kathy. She will be there on Saturday, March 27th at Lake Waterford, or you can email her through our email list. We are very privileged to have back a judge that received very, very glowing feedback for judging last year for us. Nancy McKenzie, she studied photography with John Ennis at Village Uli College, worked as a writer-photographer for the neighborhood section of the Carroll County Times for 15 years, and has been judging photography since 2001. Now, Nancy, this is an old bio. What have you been up to lately?
Absolutely nothing. We've had COVID, and I haven't gone anywhere. So that's pretty much it.
Well, that's good.
I'm trying to think if I judged for you before or after I judged for the Cecil County Fair last year. We actually did virtual judging for the 4-H'ers on that, which was quite an interesting afternoon. But we made it through. There were lots of entries, so that was, other than online judging, that's where you'll find me.
Okay. Well, Nancy, we're excited to have you back for tonight's contest. I'm going to bring up the images
glad to
now.
be here.
Now we had a little bit. We had a couple little hiccups. Nancy, you found some interesting things going on with the images. When you view them thumbnails, some of our monochrome images show up as color, but when you opened them up, they came up as monochrome. Do we have that kind of figured out now?
I think we're good. If not, I'll let you know when I see it.
Okay. Now, Nancy, what we're going to do is we're going to start off with.
Just so everyone knows, I don't go through these ahead of time, so I haven't really, other than checking some of these that appeared to be in color to see if they're monochrome, I have not been, digging through the images, because I think my first impressions are important for you all to hear.
And because I'm just the streamer, I don't look at them either. I go through and I take off all the stars, I take off all the keywords and all the colors, but I try not to look at them either, because I shouldn't have that privileged information, right? Okay, I'm
Right,
looking up
exactly.
my information here. Nancy, let's start off with novice monochrome.
Okay, that's excellent. That's where I was planning to go.
And what we'll
All
do
right,
is
I've got
you probably
number
remember
one
how
up
we
here.
did
Yeah.
this. We'll go through and I will read the number and the titles, and then what we'll do is we'll come back and have you comment and then decide on in and out. But at every step of the way, I will
Okay.
reread the titles just to make sure that we're keeping in sync both on your computer, because you have these images as well as I have the images for the stream. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Okay.
Very good.
Well, let's get started. We have 10 images in novice mono, and that means we're going to have first through fourth. And because we have under 12 images, there will be no honorable mentions given. And here we go.
Okay.
Number one,
All right.
the help. What we'll do,
Yes.
Nancy, is let's go through them first, and then when we come back around, we'll have you give comments. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Okay. Number one, the help. Number two, Big Bird. Actually, that was number three. Number four, Chapel Holy Cross. Number five, Old Phone. Number six, Bird Silhouette. Number seven, Cleome. Number eight, Defender's Day. Number nine, Holly Road Abbey. Number 10, Puff Wish Thing. And number 11 is To the Sky. And I'm actually glad this is the last one. Any new members may sit there and think, well, that's color, isn't that, Nancy?
Yes, but it is a monochrome image. So,
Exactly.
according to your rules, it's good.
Yes. Okay, we're going to go back to number one. And we're at number one, the help, for your comments and in or out.
Okay. Nice exposure. Got every little zone in there, which is very nice. I like the composition. I like the way when the vial is angling back to the side. Very nice, concise shot. The only thing I would mention to anyone whoever shot this is that your barcode is visible, and I don't know if that can be read off of this and basically copied off for anyone else. So that's a caution I would give. But all in all, as a photograph, very nicely done.
Would you like to keep this one in or take this out this time?
Let's go through everything, and then I'll just, right now this one is in.
Okay.
For the first pass, this one's in.
Okay, we'll do that. Number three, Big Bird.
Okay, let me bring that one up. Oh, nicely done. Nicely done. Great use of depth of field. Wonderfully exposed, too. I would love to see his foot, really, but I understand why you did this to, put the image there. But I will tell you the secret that the judges that you'll see at States are going to want to see that foot, just so you know. But beautiful detail. Very nice done. That one can stay in for now.
Number four, Chapel Holy Cross.
Okay, I have to drop this one back, and there we go. Okay. Really, an architecture shot that's also part of a landscape. Very interesting. It's weird. The sky is so flat, it almost looks like you just pulled the image off and just cut out the sky. But I think that's just the fact that you're out west, and that sky maintains basically solid blue color, and it will translate to that gray when you're doing the shot. I like the lines. I think it's a little bit very centered. You're instead of following the golden rule, you're right down the center with that on both lines, because the way that rock interfacing crosses right in the middle of the photo and the center line comes down. I think that one's going to go out for now.
Okay, number 4, Chapel Holy Cross is out. 5, Old Phone.
It's interesting the way the marble shows up more almost than any of the other detail. The chrome is reflecting off of the phone so that you don't pick up the details on the phone box so much. The actual phone, phone appliance, as we would call it. And you're getting, I'm seeing texture on the walls, but I'm not sure. But meantime, my eye keeps going down to the floor, not so much the actual phone. And once again, it's dead centered. I mean, you do have the parts of the booth coming down on the sides, but once again, it's a very static shot, and that marble floor is really what drags your eye the first thing. So I think we'll let that one go out for now.
Okay, number 5, Old Phone is out. Number 6, Bird Silhouette.
Ooh. Nice image. Very striking and very, well, it's basically done as a graphic. Not a whole lot of texture to the image because it is basically black and white. But I do like the way that it develops up from the lower left corner into the center of the frame. It's nice dynamic there. I think this one can stay in for now.
Okay, number 6 is in. Number 7, Cleome.
Okay, here we go. Whoa. Very interesting shot. Now, I will confess right here, I'm not a totally big fan of flowers being shot in black and white because flowers really present well in color. But there's so much, there are so many different levels on that. It does make an interesting black and white shot. Actually, is that actually a negative of the color? Because I'm looking at where the shadows should be below the leaves, and that's actually glowing white. So it looks to me like this was almost shot as a negative. Interesting. Hang on, I'm going to do one thing because this is one that actually does pop up as color. Yeah, this is a negative of impression. So you flipped your values. It does make a very interesting photograph. It might be very confusing to some people to figure out what they're looking at. But it is interesting. That one can stay in for now.
Number 7 is in. Number 8, Defenders Day.
Yes, the marchers in their uniforms. And I wish they had better fitting hats. But anyway, that's not the photographer's responsibility. Nice exposure, good values. Nice focus. Once again, I'd love to see their feet. I'd love to see the tips of their weapons. Where, 3 steps back, take the same shot. If you have to take it in portrait format so that you're getting the whole vertical on the people you're focused on, because they are packed tightly together. You can get away with that there. And the hand at the back bothers me a little bit. You've got a hand and nobody attached to it. But nicely done. Good contrast. I think we'll leave that in for now.
Okay, number 8 is in. Number 9, Holly Road Abbey.
Somebody's gone to Scotland. Nicely done architecture. Once again, your sky would have been so much happier if you'd had some clouds that day. Nicely exposed. You've got a good pickup of the texture of those stones. The one thing that I would really have loved to have seen in this is on the right-hand side, over that great Gothic window, there's a finial on top of that wall. I would have loved to have seen the whole finial. It would only take me just, step back the one step, and you would have had that. And I think that would have this would have made it much more a prize-winning photo if you enter it in some other exhibition. But missing that little piece on the top is enough to drop it back. I think we can leave it in for now, but that's the flaw that I see there.
Okay.
Otherwise, very nice.
Number 9 is in. Number 10, Puff Wish Thing.
The Puff Wish Thing? Okay, the Puff Wish Thing. Oh, very puffy, a lot of texture in this. Man, I'm getting grain out the kazangas here. Yeah, notice the pixelation on the, shall we say, the fibers coming out from each seed. As they go up against the black, they just pixelate out. I think this one was over zoomed, or you basically had a shot and then you really brought this up. But with digital photography, you can tell that you start getting things just become zigzag lines in there. So it's a very neat image. It's a very good capture of black and white in terms of your zones and making it look like something really neat. But when you get down to the actual inner workings of the photo, I think I'm going to have to let that one go out because it's got way more grain than we really needed on that.
Okay, number 10 is out. 11, To the Sky.
Okay, back to the Sky. Let's see. All right, no. All right, come on. Okay, yes, monochrome, shades of blue. Nice. I mean, you're using it's a nice little architecture shot. You actually have clouds in your sky, which is, you can't control that, but it always helps if you have it. And you pick up the reflection of those clouds in the windows. I've got a little bit of a lean backwards on this so that, it's not like verticals are not coming up true verticals. I would assume that window is vertical because the windows work best that way. And it's kind of got a lean to it. It's an interesting photo. Reasonably good on, it's good on focus, and I don't think it's ever pixelated. I'm not sure that you're picking up more than what the phrase that you're taking a photo of somebody else's art. The architecture is what makes this, and I don't know that you're adding a whole lot to it by shooting it from this viewpoint with this lighting. That what makes the shot go is not your photography, but it's the actual object itself. That was something that was trained into me by a National Geographic editor once that I used to judge with back in the day. It's a nice shot, but I think it's just that. It's a nice shot. So I think we'll leave that one go out.
Okay, number 11 is out. Let's go back to, and we're at the end. Let's go back to number 1. Let's see how many we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exactly.
1, 3. I'm just looking at my 1, 3, 6, 7, 9. 6, 7, 9. Okay. All right. I'm just going to look at these real quick and then tell you who's staying in. 1, 3. 3 is going to stay in. Despite the fact he's missing his foot, he is definitely staying in.
Okay. We ultimately need 4.
Okay. Yes, you need to get to 4, and we're at 5 right now, correct?
I'm still at 6 because you're keeping 3 in, or did you mean to keep 3 out? think you meant to keep 3 in.
Oh, 3 is definitely staying in.
Good.
3 is. I'm sorry. 3 is definitely staying in. So you're right. I do have 6. So let me look at these. Okay. I have looked at all 6 of these, and we're going to go backwards because sometimes that's easier to work down from 1 on down.
Mm-hmm.
And number 3 is going to be first.
Okay.
And that's the egret.
Mm-hmm.
We have
number
no
3,
egrets
Big
here.
Bird is first place.
Yes, Big Bird is first place. Number 1 is second place.
Number 1, The Help, second place.
Yes, A Lovely Still Life, which you understand the definition of still life, which we're very fond of people who know the definition of still life among the judges out there. I think I'm going to go on 9 for 3, the Holyrood Abbey.
Holyrood
Just
Abbey.
on composition, I mean, the way you've balanced that and you're handling your lines there and intersection points, that compositionally, that's going to go in at number 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then who's going to take number 4? So 9 is number 3. So I'm looking between 6, 7, 8, and 6, 7, and 8. Mm-hmm. Correct? Yes.
Correct.
Number 7 is going to take it, the Cleome.
Okay, number 7. And I can't say anything when you're
it's an
judging,
interesting
but
exposure.
I think you're right. I think you're right with that being
Mm-hmm.
a negative. Okay, we're going to put take 6.
But as long as that's
down.
not against your rules, I'm accepting that.
Yep, you have all the rules. That is not against the rules. Okay, let's talk
so
to.
As long as that's not against the rules, then
let's
we're
go
good.
ahead and bring up our winners. Let me just follow my sheet as well. 3. Okay. In 4th place is Susan Weber with Cleome. I hope I'm saying that right.
It might be Cleome.
Cleome? Maybe she can tell us in the chat.
Too, so.
I think Susan's in the chat. Maybe she can pronunciate it for me. 3rd place to Doug Wood for Holyrood Abbey. 2nd place to Elaine Hambley for The Help. And 1st place to Julie Bennett with Big Bird. Congratulations, everyone! If your image won, please post it up to Facebook after the stream and tell us exactly how you created it. Tell us a little bit more about them.
And I hope my suggestions help everybody else understand why they didn't place, because I know you're all just working at this, and all in all, it's good work. It's nothing that, let's just say that on a first pass at one of the fairs that I judge at, that would not be tossed on first looks, and that's a good thing. Mm-hmm. So you've all done very well.
Nancy, let's go over to Unlimited Monochrome.
Unlimited Monochrome.
And let's confirm
over on this side. Okay.
Let's confirm we both have 27 photos.
Yes, I have 27 photos. I'm going to have to drop down and pull the 27th photo because it's not in this batch file, so you have to remind me to go drop down there and grab it. But
okay,
we're all good.
Let's do that one now. You ready for this? The Unlimited Mono?
Let me just grab my little sheet that I take notes on because I have them pre-numbered. So
okay.
Here we are.
Susan in chat says. She says
yes?
The flower is Cleome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think they name these things weird just to have me try to pronounce them and butcher them.
Yes, we want to torture you, John. That's what we do.
Let me know when you're ready for Unlimited Mono, and I'll go through
it with your. Yeah, go ahead and go through your names, and then because you go through and announce them, and then I'll go through and start looking.
Okay, and just to let you know, we need a 1st through 4th and 3 honorable mentions, so 7. And here we go.
Okay, 1 to 4 plus.
Number 1, down the line. Number 2, Eagle Encounter. Number 3, Watching the Falls. 4, Ancient Relics. 5. Bridge in the woods. 6. Capitol Peak Trail. 7. Cigar. 8. Daisy Decor. 9. Diva. 10. Dusty Flowers. 11. Frozen. 12. Happy Harry. 13. Mechanical. 14. Miss Mel. 15. Mug. 16. Music box mechanism. 17. New Mexico desert. 18. Nude in the tub. 19. Reflections everywhere. 20. Rental bikes. 21. Rinteln. 22. Smile. 23. Tree trunk. 24. Uspensky Cathedral. 25. Window reflection. 26. You're on your own. And 27. Natalie's hat. And we'll go back to number 1. And whenever you're ready.
Okay. All right. Oh, nice. Nice perspective shot. Interesting. Looks like it's been sharpened a little bit. I mean, that's much easier to tell on a print than on a screen. But it's nice. I like it. Might almost get too centered, except that you've got that railroad car sitting up at the right corner that it really looks nice and kind of gives you a little bit more compositionally wise. Very nice. That stays in for now.
Number 1 is in. 2. Eagle Encounter.
Okay, as I stumble around with my mouse. Okay, Eagle Encounter. Whoa. Definitely eagles. Eagles having a difficult time. Nice exposure. Nice graphic quality. It's weird that the sky is so white, but I like what I'm seeing. That definitely is in.
2 is in. 3. Watching the Falls.
Okay. There it is. He definitely is watching the falls. I think we're a little bit light on the focus aspect. I love the time exposure, the way the water's looking. That's great and very, very nice, but I'm not seeing exactly the focus I'd like to see in here. Everything's a little bit soft, which is wonderful for humans, not so great for rocks. But it does make a good visual impact. Let's leave that in for now.
Okay, 3 is in. 4. Ancient Relics.
Now, John, you said you wouldn't talk about me that way. Let's see. Oh, that's definitely very ancient. Very ancient, very textured. Picking up a bunch of pixels on this. Yeah, definitely finding pixels on this. I don't know if it was blown up from a pulled up from a different image or blown up a fair amount. I'm not sure. That's neat. I like it. I like it. You catch the zones, everything else, but there's a lot of pixels. Oh, I think I'm going to let that one go. I think that one's out for now.
Okay, number 4 is out. 5, Bridge in the Woods.
Nice composition on this. Nice composition, nice zones, nice contrast, and it's got really nice detail going through the bridge. You know, you've got a really nice depth of field on this. That one can stay in, definitely in.
Okay, number 5 is in. 6, Capitol Peak Trail.
Okay, 6 is the Capitol Peak Trail. Compositionally very nice. I'm going pixel hunting here. And actually, okay, I'm not seeing tons of pixels, and I'm got pretty good focus here. Interesting sky, too. Which, once again, the photographer has no choice but to shoot what's there. But yeah, very nice. That can stay in for now.
Number 6 is in. 7, Cigar.
Oh. Quite an interesting shot. Nice composition. Oh, I like the way the dark is working, but you've got little highlights back in there. Nicely lit. Whoever lit this, I really like it. Yeah, that's staying in.
Number 7 is in. 8, Daisy Decor.
Okay. Daisy Decor. Okay. Ooh. Macro photography at its finest. Very nice. And it works very lovely as a black and white shot. Symmetry is beautiful on this. You picked a good specimen to shoot as well. Unless, yes, this is. I'm just trying to figure out if this has been pieced down the center, and which I believe has been half and half. So it makes an interesting shot. I think as a construction, I still like it. Yes, it can stay in.
8 is in. Number 9, Diva.
Let me back out of here. Ooh. Lovely. Very nice composition. The way that is filling the image and is balanced but not dead centered on that. Great depth of field. Yeah, that one's going to stay in, definitely.
Number 9 is in. 10, Dusty Flowers.
Okay. They're nice. I like the graphic representation here. The composition is good. Although it looks like I'm pulling fairly heavy on pixels here. I'm seeing a lot of waviness at the edge of each flower and along the stems, which usually tells me that an image has been manipulated a lot. You can see those little lines popping up and coming through. I like it compositionally, but I see there's basically processing relics in it, and I think I'm going to let that one go.
Number 10 is out.
So that one's going to be out.
Number 11, Frozen.
11, Frozen. Monochrome in blue. Pretty good on composition, but I'm getting pixels like crazy in this. If you look at the figure of the person, it's kind of like a Roblox figure. It's kind of like blocky. And that's just the fact that it's being brought up bigger than the image was written into the pixels, which is a shame because it's nice. I like the ice features down the front and the way they're diagonally across from the mountain peak, but I think we're gonna have to let this one go because I'm picking up just a fair amount of pixelation in this.
Okay, number 11 is out. 12, Happy Harry.
Oh, I can't wait to see this. Happy Harry. Oh, he looks very cheerful. Oh, he had an oopsie. Oh, poor Harry. Even with that, he's still happy. Pretty nice portrait, good capture of skin tones in the black and white format, which doesn't always happen. So this is nicely done. Once again, I'm seeing a lot of pixels down. Like if you look where his fingers meet on his, what would be his left knee, I'm just catching a lot of pixels down in there. I mean, it's good use of depth of field, but the hair also is coming apart with, pixelation in there. So I think, once again, great shot, cute shot, probably blown up bigger than it should have been. That's one thing. I will make a little plug right now for the Anne Arundel County Fair because they will let you enter a small format. Everything doesn't have to be 8x10. You can enter a small 4x6, or I don't think they take the smallers, but they'll take a 4x6, and so you don't have to blow everything up to the size that may be uncomfortable for that photo. You can use a smaller shot, and this might be ideal for something like that because you're not going to be taking it up that big. So it's a great shot. I love the expression. I love what you captured, but in terms of basically down there, you're still pretty well pixeled out, so I'll let that go. I'm sorry.
Number 12 is out. 13, Mechanical.
Mechanical vest. All right. Wow, really bold contrast and really interesting use of light. Nicely done. Not too heavy on the pixels there. And wow, I mean, you've pulled that contrast beautifully. Remember earlier that I said about, it's somebody else's art. Well, this is something that was already there, but you used the light that was existent to make this photograph. That's what makes this photo, not what you were taking the picture of. It's whoever's did this, your comprehension of how to balance the light and put the shadow and, capture these shadows. That's what made this photo. This is definitely in.
Okay, 13 is in. Nancy, I'm just getting a couple comments in the chat, just reminding you that these are 1024 on the long side, so they will look pixelated. But I do know that you've been finding images that are looking more pixelated than normal.
Right. I understand that they are pixelated, but basically what I'm looking at is what's going to come up as a 8x10 that you enter in any fair or exhibition to be judged as a print. So it's going to be we're going to be seeing the same things as we judge them at any other exhibition. So I'm not trying to brutally beat people up because I know, but this is something that happens. It happens to me. It happens in my photographs. And it bothers me on my own work. So I'm just, passing that along to everyone else that this is something that will be judged by a lot of the judges I know.
Gotcha. I figured you were taking into consideration the size that we submit, but I just wanted to say something so that people. It's harder for people to come and slash my tires when I'm broadcasting at home, but it's easier at the school. Are we ready to move on?
No, I live in a gated community, so I think I'm safe. But anyway, are we up to 14 now?
Number 14, Miss Mel.
Okay, Miss Mel. Once again, nice use of light. Very much makes this portrait pop. You could take a picture of her and she would still be beautiful, but the lighting is what really kicks this up there. Yeah, that's Dan in.
Number 14 is in.
I'm sorry, I get tangled up in looking at things and forget to talk.
14 is in. Number 15 is Mug.
Once again, nice use of light. Venetian blinds are a good thing. Photographically speaking, you've got popped a lot of the zones there. That lovely little white reflection off the rim there is very nice. That can stand for now.
Okay, number 15 is in. 16, Music Box Mechanism.
Okay, hang on, let me zoom along here. Music box mechanism. Oh, that's a mechanism, all right. And it's neat. You can see all the pieces, you can see all the things, but if you look up at the top left portion there, beyond whatever that mechanical piece is, and you look where it meets the background, see those little wavy lines in there? That's once again, that's a relic of processing. Whether it's, I'm not sure what you would have done to process this way, unless you pulled contrast and resampled for contrast, which may have been done. But I like the photo. I like it a lot, but I'm seeing a lot of those processing relics in it. So I think we'll let that stay in for now. But once again, so everybody can see what I'm seeing. If you get up really close and look at that top left corner, you can see there's little squiggles out there in the background, and those are processing relics.
I'm going to see if I can,
so
since you're bringing it,
just so people can understand what I'm seeing.
Since you're bringing it up, Nancy, I'm going to zoom in just for everybody else so that they can follow along with you.
Okay.
Okay, let me go back to fit. And you want to keep this one in for now?
I'm going to keep this one in for now. I really like it's a really great light capture. I really like that. But once again, those little processing, marks may keep it from being higher in the judging as opposed to lower in the judging.
Okay. Number 16 is in. 17, New Mexico Desert.
Oh, it's a desert. Yes. Oh, yeah. Now, see, this guy is your friend. Look at that. That is so nice. Nice little attention to the rule of thirds. But once again, we're seeing a lot of pixelation in this. If you look at the branches that are protruding into the sky, they're just becoming clumps of pixels. I mean, some photos, you look at them from like 4 feet away, 5 feet away, they are magnificent. They're fantastic. And you get up and close to them and you go, oh, this is not that like that, but I'm still catching pixels up in that sky. And it's a shame. It's a shame. Yeah, it's great rules of thirds, lovely composition, great light, but I'm really catching those pixels in there. I think I'm going to let this one go out at this point because we just have such a big class.
Okay.
I mean, we could talk pixels all night, but you guys probably have things to do for St. Patrick's Day.
17 is out. 18, a nude and tub.
Yes. Ooh, okay. Nice lighting. Interesting composition. A nude without being offensive in any way. How lovely. You can post this on the internet and no one will scream. Soft focus, but purposely done soft focus. I don't see that as a major flaw in this because of the type of shot it is. Looks like it was processed to take out, to blacken the background and the base. But an interesting, nice shot. I think it's staying for now.
18 is in. 19, reflections everywhere.
Okay. That is reflections everywhere, all right. Just so you know what I'm doing, I'm looking at this from back a distance, looking at the impact, but then I'm putting on my reading glasses and looking at it up close. So I'm looking at this in two different ways. I like it. It's neat, but I think this is once again almost more a case of capturing somebody else's art. You've got all this architecture. It's really neat. It's really lit, but I don't know that. And you saw this aspect of it. That's true. But I don't know that. I don't know that your view of this, you expect, it included anything other than just seeing what was there and taking that. You didn't, attempt to view this image with everything else. It can stay in for now. But once again, back to the somebody else's art kind of thing.
19 is in.
All right.
20, rental bikes.
Okay, rental bikes. Whoa. Here they are, all in a row. Neat shot. And clean. A little bit heavy pixels, but not too bad. I like the idea. Now that's once again something that was there, but you changed your position to make the photograph. You didn't just stand up and shoot down. Somebody got down on their knees and said, "Yeah, this is better." Actually, I can see the shadow of the photographer. That's so cool. So, yeah, this one can stay in for now.
20 is in. 21, Rintown.
Ooh. Nice reflection shot. My only drawback on this is that it's kind of like, dead cross centered. If you'd had a little bit less of the tree on the left and a little bit more, say, of the village on the side, or the tree gave us more of the tree in the dark on the left and the little bit less of that house on the right, and gotten that right out of the dead center, I would have liked that more. But right now it can stay in.
21
but it's
is
a
in.
very good reflection shot. Nicely done.
21 is in. 22 is smile.
Smile? Oh, yes, definitely a smile. Oh, okay. I mean, it's a nice travel shot. A nice capture of the women within the architecture, but once again, I'm pulling pixels in a major way. Let me just make sure I'm not just seeing stone texture here. I've got to Oh yeah. If you look down at the woman who is standing at the front ankles, you see these kind of straight lines coming down through her ankles. Yeah, it's popping a bit more on the pixels than I want. I mean, it's a nice capture of the women in the setting with great light, but I think I'm going to have to let that go. I think that one's out.
22 is out. 23, tree trunk.
Ah, we have trunks. Ooh, nice graphic quality to that. Very nice. And pretty good. I'm not, not being beaten up by pixels. I really like the texture of that bark and the way you captured that detail. Instead of shooting an entire tree, you said, yes, this is what makes it work. This is what makes the photograph. Nicely done. That can stay in.
23 is in. 24, Uspensky Cathedral.
I've never been to Uspensky, so I don't know about the cathedral. Nicely done with good sky. And I'm not getting pixels on this. Thank you. This is nice. I'm getting good details on the brick and the roof. So I'm kind of it seems almost soft around the dome, the domes with the crosses, but I'm thinking that's because of the reflection of light off of those that's looking that way. Once again, it's a little bit dead center, just right in the dead center, but still, it's a good photo. That can stay in for now.
24 is in. 25, window reflection.
Ooh. Oh, I like that graphic quality of this. I do like that. So it's kind of like a doubly reflected image, which makes it really, makes it a little bit furry on the old eyeballs to try and discern. But the actual photo appears to be in focus and doing it, just the reflection is coming up interesting. Now, see, that's where you looked at something and said, yeah, I can make an image from this. And I like the graphic quality of the way the building, the window line comes down and frames it. That can definitely stay in. Thank you for whoever saw that. That's good eye.
25 is in. 26, you're on your own.
Okay. There are no signs. We have no signs. There are no signs at all. And it's an interesting idea. It's a fun concept, but it's very grainy. It's just a very grainy image, and it's an interesting idea, but it's got to go. It's just too grainy.
26 is out. 27, Natalie's hat.
Okay, I've got to come down here and pull this one up from this, because that was that last minute edition. Great graphic quality, but really, you've kind of gone for all the contrast and really gotten rid of most of the zones here. I mean, you've gone processed it so that we've either gone white or black on this image. But I do like the graphic lines of it, the way it comes down across. It's interesting, and it isn't amazingly, even with the processing that's been done, it's not incredibly pixelated out. I'm looking at that hair that comes down along the side of her face, and it is not just a little chain of blocks. Interesting way of burning in that around it to give you just that section of the image. That could stay in for now. So 27 is still in.
I think that is. Let's see. That's it.
That's the list.
Let's go back to number 1.
So we have.
See what we got left.
Yes. All right. Oops, I've got that one still up. Let me go back up to the top. All right. Down the line.
I'm showing we have 20 left of 27. Do you have the same number?
Hang on. Let me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That is what I have.
Perfect. Now we have a bunch up here.
Now I'm going to move.
Probably better to go through again, maybe, and be a little bit meaner.
Oh, I can be mean.
And you can you could do another in or out round.
Gives you guys an idea of the process.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to run through them really quickly, in or out.
Okay, perfect.
Now that I've seen everything. Number 1's going to stay in for now.
1 is in. Your next image is number 2, Eagle Encounter.
2 is going to stay in. 2 is staying in for now.
2's in. 3 watching the falls. 3 watching the falls is out. That leaves you with 5 Bridge in the Woods.
I'm going to keep 5. 6 is out.
6 Capitol Peak Trail is out. Number 7 Cigar.
7 is in. 8 is in.
8 Daisy Decor is in.
And 8 Daisy is in.
Number 9 Diva.
9 is staying in. Let's see. 10 is already out. 11 is already out. 12 is out.
13 Mechanical.
13 is definitely in. 13 is in.
14 Miss Mel.
14 is in.
15 Mug.
15 is in.
16 Music Box.
15 is going to stay in. I think 16 at this point is where I'm going to drop 16 because of those processing marks. But now we know why.
Okay.
17 is already out. 18 is our nude. I think I'm going to drop that one at this point.
Okay. 18 is out.
God forbid that I should get rid of a good nude because 19 is going to be out.
19 Reflections Everywhere is out. 20 Rental Bikes.
That can stay in for now.
20 is in. 21 Renteln.
Can stay in.
21 is in. 23 Tree Trunk.
That can stay in. Ouspensky can stay in. And I think I'm going to drop 27 at this point.
Now we have one you skipped over. 25. Nice, 25 Window Reflection is one you skipped over.
25 is going to stay in for now.
Okay. And 27 Natalie's Hat.
Now what do we have? That one's going out right now.
27 is out. We have now 14 images.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we're trying to get it down to 7. So, well, I just have to cut it in half.
Or at this point,
25 is going to go out now.
Okay, and at any point we can go through and you can start placing at some point as well, if you'd like.
Okay. But I can drop a few more before I start placing because they're I'm just looking at trying to get an overall glimpse at some of these. Let's see, that one's in. Got a lot of good stuff here. It's hard for judges when you have good stuff. I'm looking. I made little plus marks on a couple of these when I was going through them the first time. 7's going to go first. That's going to be our number 1.
7 Cigar.
Yep,
Okay.
that's number one.
Number one.
Now I'm just looking generally what I've got. Number 2 is going to be 13.
Number 13, second place.
Yep. Number 3 is number 9.
Third place is number 9, Diva. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, one more for placing, and then um, um, I might go with number 14 for fourth.
Number 14, Miss Mel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Fourth place. And
Yeah,
now we
we
need
have
3
honorable mentions, right?
Exactly.
I can't give all the rest honorable mentions. It'd be so much easier that way.
No, unfortunately not.
Dang, John, you're killing me. And like I say, your open class is always a murder on me simply because I'm used to having them broken into categories like, here are all the flowers, here are all the birds, here are all the people. And, instead I'm judging apples versus grapes here. It's very, 21. 21's going to get an honorable mention. Once again, kind of dead-centered, but I really like that.
And that's Rintown, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But it was a well-executed reflection shot.
2 more.
Okay. Another. Let me put my. I'm looking. I'm chewing my lip as I do this, just so everyone knows that I'm in pain.
That's good. That's our job.
Let's see. Yeah, so I've got 2 more to go. 2 more to go. Well, dang nabbit. 8. 8's going to pull an honorable mention.
Is that Daisy Decor?
Yeah.
Okay. 1 more.
I'm not the world's biggest fan of manipulated images, but that's extremely well done. Mm-hmm. All right, so one more. Oh my. You're making me crazy here. One more. I'm going to come down on the side of landscapes. I'm going to go with 24.
Number
Once again,
24.
a bit dead centered, but it's nicely done.
Uspensky Cathedral, right? Okay, let
Yes.
me mark all these out. Let me mark my sheet here. Make sure we
Okay,
have
and I'm
everything
going
here.
to disappear from the phone for a minute because I have to yell at my husband. I'll be right back.
Okay, yell at him for me too.
Ned, it's after 8:00.
It's okay. I know Ned too. And Cathedral.
They're difficult to manage.
Okay, let me bring your volume back up. Okay, here are our winners for tonight's Unlimited Monochrome. Honorable mention to Rich Stolarski with Uspensky Cathedral. Honorable mention to J.C. Williams with Daisy Decor. I agree. That was very nicely done with that, with a mirror. That's tough.
Yeah.
Honorable mention to Fred Venezia with Rinteln. Fourth place to Fred as well with Miss Mel. Third place to Ron Pfeiffer with Diva. Second place to John Milliker with Mechanical.
Ah, that's you.
And first place to Mike Thomas with Cigar. Congratulations, everyone. Please be sure to share your images on our group, Facebook group. Give us a little bit of insight about the creation and a little bit more about how you made them. Okay, Nancy, we're going to go to Novice Color. Let me know when you are ready.
Okay. I am ready. Go ahead and do your announcement, sir.
Okay, we have 9 images for Novice Color. That's going to give us a first through fourth with no honorable mentions because we are under 12. And here we go. Number 1, beverage accessories.
Okay.
Number 2, bug in seed pod. Number 3, end of the age. Number 4, gumball. Number 5, Kitsy Cathedral on Russian Island. Number 6, reflection. Number 7, reflections. Number 8, the bee's knees. And number 9, tree reflected. I'm going to go back to number 1, beverage accessories, and whenever you're ready.
Okay, we're going to look at beverage. There are beverage accessories and cashews. I love cashews, but I won't let that affect my judging. Very static still life. Not a lot of shadow in here. Interesting. Nicely decorated, nicely arranged. Very colorful. Once again, a nice, pleasing color image. Yeah, that can stay in for now.
Number 1 is in. Number 2, bug in seed pod.
All right, I went to meet the bug. Ooh, nicely. Yeah, that's nice. I'm not picking up pixelation on those fibers. Excellent. I'd have liked to have this a tad more depth of field because I'd like to see his little antennas. His butt is lovely, but I'd like to see his antennas in full detail. But I'd like just a tad more depth of field, but it's beautifully shot, nicely done. Good use of light. And once again, really sweet. I'm not picking up pixelation on that. I like it. That one's staying.
Number 2 is in. Number 3, end of the age.
Can anyone say Highlander? Because I believe that is the castle they used for Highlander as the reference shot. Nice color, nice. I'd assume it's a sunset shot. It could be a dawn shot. It's hard to tell with those higher latitudes, but Um, bit of reflection there before you get to the muck, which is welcome to Scotland. We have muck. I'm picking up a bit of pixelation in this one, but what I really like is that little bit of the what appears to be a fire coming out of like an urn or some container to the right, and you just get that little flash of orange there. That I think is nice. This is going to stay in for now.
Number 3 is in. Number 4, gumball.
The sweet gum tree. Okay, nice arrangement. I like the way it's composed. I'd have loved to have had just another, inch on my depth of field and focus there. Just a little bit more, because the back of that is out of focus. Okay, what am I seeing here? I've got a fair amount. Yeah, I'm getting. I don't know if this has been blown up, reprocessed, or whatever. But I'm starting to get those little echo images off of it in the background, particularly to the upper left-hand side of the gumball. I'm getting those referential shadows in the background on that. Nice idea, nice lighting, lovely use of color for a winter scene, but it's staying in for now. But I'm seeing those, background images on that.
Okay, number 4
which
is
is
in.
a sign of a lot of, and
4 is in.
for now.
5, Kitsy Cathedral on Russian Island.
It's an island with a cathedral. Okay. All right, I'm going to ask everybody to look at the sky and see how it's appearing in kind of blocky chunks. My gut would be that this was shot with a cell phone camera, because that's the way they're going to pick up that sky. And this is it's interesting because it's almost complete. One half of the side is the actual cathedral, which is very decorative and very nice. And the other side is kind of open. It's kind of almost a bit more in balance than I would like. And I've got a fair amount, once again, pixelation and relics in this one. I think I've got to let this one go. I'm getting pixelation, and that sky is blocked.
Okay, number 5 is out. 6, reflection.
Got a lot of reflections tonight. Ooh, interesting. Nice light. Nice way of looking. This kind of falls into that other people's art kind of idea, but I like the way you're picking up the reflections off of the various I'm missing the word for all those lovely little things in the ceiling, but the arches, but the way they're reflecting in the water is quite nice. Very intriguing. That one's in for now.
Number 6 is in. Number 7, reflections.
Oh, okay. We have still life with prismatic effect. Nicely shot, nicely lit. And I like the way you're capturing that whole shadow reflection prism of this. And even as it's coming out from the other side, possibly would have liked to have seen the top edge of the bowl hit the left side of the photo instead of disappearing at the top. But you do have all of the large marble in there, and all the marbles are there. So, this one's staying in.
Number 7 is in. Number 8, the bee's knees.
8 is the bee's knees. Yes, he's busy. Ha ha. Nice little bee shot. Just as a promo, the bee and honey department at the Maryland State Fair have their own photography judging. So if anybody needs to enter there, keep in mind that that would be a place to enter a photo like this. Trying to find where my focus is in this. Actually, in the center of the flower stamens over there. The stamens are in focus, and the bee, his knee is in focus. His knee is nicely focused and part of his side, but when we get up to his head, he's not really focusing that nicely, and his wings are not really. This is one of those that I said, give me an extra inch of depth of field, and we'll really be there. It can stand for now. Once again, it's great color.
Okay, number 8 is in. Number 9, tree reflected.
Okay. You have a tree reflected in a building, and it's not reflecting the photographer, which I will give points for. Dead centered, though. And the tree is reflecting in like multiple places, probably because it's double paned glass, and that will do that to you. It's an interesting shot, but like I said, compositionally, you're dead in the center of the frame. But it can stand for now. It can stand for now.
And that is it. That's all 9 images. Let's bring them up on the screen.
Okay, so we go back.
And we have a total of...
We're going for 4,
8
right?
images, yes. Let me make sure we have... There we go. We now have 8 images left. We need 4.
Okay, number 7 is going to be first.
Reflections?
Yep.
Okay.
Number 2 is going to be second.
Okay, number 2, bug in seed pod.
Number 6 is going to be third.
Number 6, reflection, is going to be third.
Number 3 is going to be fourth.
Number 3, end of the age, is going to be in 4th place. Let me update my notes, get rid of the others. And here are results for tonight's novice color. 4th place to Doug Wood with end of the age. 3rd place to Doug Wood as well with reflection. 2nd place to Julie Bennett with bug in seed pod. And 1st place to Elaine Hambley with reflections. Congratulations, everyone. If your image has placed, please upload those to our Facebook group and give us some information on the creation and a little bit more about the photo. Okay, Nancy, last one and by far the biggest one so far. Get my papers here.
Oh, yeah, this is the big class. We have 30 of these little puppies.
Yes, we do. Let me get that. That's going to be 1st through 4th with 3 honorable mentions. Let me bring them up on screen and let me know when you are ready.
Okay, let me make a note. 1 to 4 plus 3. Okay. All right.
Are we ready?
Take a deep breath. And actually, I'm going to take a sip of water. Hang on. I'm going to take a sip of water. Well, you have to introduce them all anyway.
I do. But I took a sip of water as well.
So I will let you do that, and I will take my sip of water
Okay.
very silently.
Here we go. Number 1, Mask Up America. 2, Snail Art. 3, Double T. 4, Ancient Ruins. 5, Annapolis Sunset. 6, Avon Bottle. 7, Bubble. 8, Climb. 9, Colorado Fall. 10, Columbine. 11, Dancing Lady. 12, Door Window Reflection. 13, El Capitan. 14, Finishing Touches. 15, Glass Beads on CPU Pins. 16, Last Gasp. 17, Lunchtime. 18, Mystic Tractor. 19, National Cemetery. 20, Old 47. 21, On the Tracks. 22, Poor Sam Peabody. 23, Printing Press Gauges. 24, Quick Pose for Photo. 25, Spring Flowers. 26, Still Trapped. 27, Superior Sunrise. 28, Trailside Sunset. 29, Violet Eater Hummingbird. 30, You Shall Not Pass. And that is the end. I'm going to reset to 1. And when you're ready, we'll start off with 1, Mask Up America.
Okay. Great lighting. Nicely backlit, but still great exposures on the face. And focus is on the face and eyes. You always want to focus on the eyes, and I think we've got that here. Good use of depth of field to blur out that background. Lovely little portrait. Really nice. I like the way she's positioned. It gives you a little bit more dynamic rather than her just facing the camera with the arms coming down on the front. Yeah, that's standing.
1 is in. 2, Snail Art.
Now, personally, I love snails, but and it's really nice, vibrant color shot. Good detail on the center of the shell. Once again, but by the time we're getting to the back, we're kind of losing our. Once again, 1 more inch of depth of field. I just. You're gonna get tired of me saying that, but a little bit more of depth of field on that. Like, because he's down here in the front, and I can't see his little end of his foot because it's all blurry. But it's nice composition. It's really good use of light on that leaf, bringing it up to that side. Lit from that side. That explains the way it's lit along that his one antenna. I'm seeing some processing marks down there off of his. Well, it could be blurring though because it's out of the depth of field. It's out of focus at that point. It can stay. It can stay.
Number 2 is in. 3, Double T.
Somebody went to the diner. I miss diners, really, I do. And the classic shot was the taillights going by. Yay. Nice color. Looks like it's pretty well exposed. I kind of like the exposure on this one. It's not, because you had to, be a time exposure to get the taillights that way, but you didn't overexpose on the building too much. The only thing that really got hot were the floodlights, and that looks like they got lovely star filters on them. Yeah, that can stay in for now. It's a nice shot.
Number 3 is in. Number
Yeah,
4, Ancient Ruins.
Here once again in somewhere other than the U.S., and those are very ancient ruins. Interesting, nice to see, but once again, I'm running into pixelation on these. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not seeing rock texture as pixels. I'm just trying to. Yeah, I'm getting pixelation. Even if I look down in the foreground, the grass stems are pixelated. I think this one's going to go out.
Okay, number 4. Number 4 is out. 5, Annapolis Sunset.
Okay. Oh, I love that somebody captured the foreground there. That gives depth to this whole photograph. Silhouette shot. Nice composition. Really like the way you captured that light. Yeah, I'm not pulling pixelation off of those guy lines on that antenna. Very nice. This one gets to stay in.
Number 5 is in. Number 6, Avon Bottle.
Good old Avon. You hardly knew ye Avon. Interesting. I don't know if someone has 3 bottles, if they put this all together. Interesting light, interesting way of presenting the aspects of this in a still life. Nicely done. That can stay.
Number 6 is in. Number 7 is Bubble.
Ooh. Interesting. Very much an abstract at this point. I'm not sure how much we've looks like we've cropped out the background a bit, but I'm not sure to what extent, because on the left-hand side of the orb there are, traces of something else there. It's an interesting, very good color representation. It can stay in.
Number 7 is in. Number 8, Climb.
Oh, there goes the bug. The bug is climbing the grass. He's a Japanese beetle. If he was here, I would break his little head off. But since he is in the picture, I will not touch him. Interesting. Once again, I like where the depth of field in this wound up, because I'm getting the entire bug. I'm getting pretty much, appropriate focus and texture on this blade of grass until it really bends back at the top. I like the way that works. I'm not getting over No, I'm not pulling over pixels. Sometimes the edge of that grass is tooth. That's why it looks weird. Yeah, that could stay in.
Number 8 is in. 9, Colorado Fall.
There it is. It's a tiny thumbnails. Oh, it's Colorado Fall as opposed to waterfalls in Colorado. I was thinking, where's the waterfall? No, it's not there. Lovely, and it is. That's the way it looks in Colorado in the autumn. Nicely done. Like the composition of this. I like the way that the one hillside comes down, and you've got layers that bring color to the front, away from the mountain face in the back, which is much more shades of gray. Nice, that can stay.
Number 9 is in. 10, Columbine.
Which is the Colorado state flower. Nice color. Kind of wishing I'd seen more of the outer petals on this. And I'm looking at this, and what I'm seeing is on some of those stamens, I'm seeing white edging. And a lot of times that's a processing thing. And I'm pulling a fair amount of grain in this one. Color is great, but I think I'm getting more grain than I want to see. I think this one's out.
Number 10 is out. 11, Dancing Lady.
Oh, somebody's been playing with water. Nice. Nice capture of the reflective qualities. Good use of basic background. And it does look like a dancing lady, if she's a very skinny lady. I was going to say there's a fleck there, but that's on my screen. Let me get that off there. Okay. Yeah, that can stay in. Nice.
11 is in.
Love the color.
12, Door Window Reflection.
Okay, door window reflection. So we have a door. We have a window. We have except if that was a true reflection, I'm trying to think. I guess that's how that would work. But normally those things would appear backwards in there, I would think. Now you've got me logicking through it, and it's going to hurt my head. So I'm seeing a lot of grain on this. Once again, if you look at her legs, it's just a mass of various types of graininess. If you look at the window edging, it's just like I'm pulling too much grain in this to make myself happy. It's a neat shot, a neat concept, but I think we've gone too grainy. I think we're pulling up too much of a detail out of something, and we've, lost our sharpness. So I think that one can go out.
Number 12 is out. 13, El Capitan.
We have gone to Yosemite. Nope, wait, there it is. A nice shot. I don't know if you could have done this because of the riverbank, but if you'd gone to the right, you could have got a nicer framing on it. But we're really looking, if you look at this, everything is really pixelated. The gentleman down fishing on the left, the people with the raft. I mean, you can get the representation of it, but we're in a lot of pixels here, particularly up close. And there's a lot of this that is closer to the viewer than El Capitan. Because if they had tried to shoot just more to the center of the shot, or even taken this as a and gone portrait on El Capitan instead of landscape on the whole thing, you might have come up with a better shot. I mean, I love the water down in front, but I think this one's got to go out.
Okay, number 13 is out. 14, finishing touches.
There it is. Okay. We have a bride being brided. Good skin tones. Lovely flowers. It's an interesting juxtaposition of friends there. Tells a lot about the relationship between the two people. Focus is good. Not catching too much pixelation in it. Good use of depth of field. I'm getting the people, but the background is just a background. Nothing that I have to focus on. That one can stay in. That stays in.
Number 14 is in. 15, glass beads on CPU pins.
Someone's getting experimental here. Whoa. Once again, a nice little piece of macro photography. Interesting. Depth of field seems to be nice. We're dropping it toward the back, but apparently we're good through the beads, it seems. Okay, that one can stay in for now. Where are we? We're done. We're on 15. Okay.
Number 15 is in. 16, last gasp.
Let's see if we gotta make it scroll. There we go. Oh dear, poor fishy. It's a bloody fish, it is. Colorful. More colorful than one would expect fish to be. Of course, if they're bleeding, that's kind of what they do, but an interesting photo. A lot of overlapping texture. The last gasp is what grabs your eye. That does pull your focus right in there, and it is a pretty good location in the photo for it to be. I'm checking a fair amount of grain. Notice how the reflections seem to be in little squares as opposed to, more of a smooth line. I think I'm going to let this go. I'm picking up a bit more grain than I want to see.
Okay, number 16 is out.
So that one's out.
17, lunchtime.
Oh dear, poor bunny. Nice capture of that bird. Well done with the depth of field. That's a great bird shot. That really is nicely done. Great light too. Nice work on that one. Yeah, that's definitely in.
17 is in. 18, Mystic Tractor.
Ooh, interesting. Someone took their tractor and applied texture. To the point where it's become almost more a photo illustration than an actual photo. That's interesting. It's got great color. That stays in for now.
Number 18 is in. 19, National Cemetery.
Ah. That's definitely one of the ones by the water. Yeah, I'm looking at this one, and I'm behind each cross. There's kind of like a red line coming up, like reflecting off. Not sure if that's due to processing or just the fact that it's not quite. We've taken our pixels up beyond where they need to be on this. I'm getting a lot of blocky effect on the trees, but behind almost every cross on the left-hand side, there's kind of a reddish line, block line going up behind it, even though that's not where the shadow is. This one's going to be out.
Okay, number 19 is out. 20, Old 47.
Old 47. Nice color, nice capture. A lot of texture in here that's being captured, and nice composition too. I do like that. And there's light. I'm very fond of light in photos. Since photography is the art of capturing light. Gives it a lot of nice depth. That one's in.
20 is in. 21, On the Tracks.
Ah, we have a snow shot. Yay! We had snow. Oh, I do like the way that goes up to that. Now, see, that's an example of getting down to a level where you see something differently. Seeing where that actual join of that switch goes, and you have to be down in it. You can't see that from up above. I mean, you can just see it. You don't get that detail of that switch from that any other perspective than being down and underneath. And I love the shot of red from the caboose. That really brings us alive, because otherwise it'd be almost a drab shot, but that red really pumps it. Yeah, that one's staying in.
21 is in. 22, Poor Sam Peabody.
I assume that means his bird call, and I can't remember what bird makes that call, but it's a nice bird shot there. I like his little feet on the stick. He has very nice little feet, nice little wings. Ah. I'm getting really weird effects off of his side there, toward the right-hand side of the photo, down toward his little bum. There's all kinds of artifacts in that background from the side of him. I don't know if the background was selected out and softened, as opposed to using depth of field to soften it. I'm not sure what, but there's a little bit of an artifact there. So, but it's a great capture, and I love the composition there. You get really nice lines on that. That can stay for now.
22 is in. 23, printing press gauges.
23, there it is. Ah, okay. A very still life. It's nice color. It's a good capture. It's just striking me as a very static photo right now, and just because everything is sitting so regularly all the way through it. I mean, it could stay in, but it's not sure. It's a nice photo. There's good texture to it, but it's very static in terms of composition. But it can stay in.
23 is in. 24, quick pose for photo.
Ah, we have another Boyd. Oi, it's a humming Boyd because it doesn't know the words. Nice little guy. I'm not getting too many pixels off of it. There's a bit of color weirdness on his toes because I don't think he paints his toes. But then again, he might. It may be a personal thing. But that one can stay in.
24 is in. 25, spring flowers.
25, spring flowers. Ah, the crocuses. Shot with nice lighting. Nice depth of field. I'm seeing those little stamens in the middle. Now you might want to say it's grainy, but that is the texture of a crocus, is that it has those little rough appearances to the backs of their petals. I like the way that's put up against the shadow, and I love the fact that the left-hand side, the petal did not extend beyond the edge of the photo. You don't know how much that means to judges to not lose pieces like that. Yeah, this definitely stays in. I like that.
25 is in. 26, still trapped.
Okay. Nice concept. Looks like a reflection, maybe. Maybe not. But I'm not getting a whole lot of focus in here. It's a nice concept. It's nice composition. It's nice the way everything is laid in here. But I'm not seeing the focus I want. I'm going to drop that one. That one's out.
26 is out. 27, Superior Sunrise.
Superior, I'm hoping, is the lake. Yes. Nice composition. Good capture of the water. I really like this photo. I love the color. I like the composition. I like the juxtaposition of the lit surface versus the shadow surface. What's killing me now is I'm seeing vertical lines coming down. I'm seeing pixelation. And I so wanted this to be perfect, but if you look at the leaves of the tree branches hanging down, you'll see that those leaves are basically little squares hanging there. And then on the top of that face coming down, there are vertical lines coming through that. And I'm not sure what they're coming from, but I'm pretty sure that's not the natural rock with the straight down lines. So oh man, I love the light in this, but break my heart, people. I love the light, but it kind of comes down to focus and print quality. Dang, I gotta let it go. But I really, oh man, I wish we didn't have a pixelation problem on that, because that is a gorgeous, utterly gorgeous photo.
20,
oh man,
27 is out.
That hurts, but I gotta send it out.
28, Trailside Sunset.
Trailside Sunset. Ooh, definitely a sunset photo, and I love the way the tree is mirroring the aspects of the clouds. Nice capture. That's really nice, with the way that the tree is just appearing to bloom into cloud. I'm in here looking for pixels and doing all those things that y'all hate me to do, but I'm not getting it there. That's nice. You're still getting good detail on the trunk, even though you're shooting up against the light like that. That one can stay. That one can stay.
28 is in. 29, Violet Eater Hummingbird.
Ooh, nice hummingbird shot. Nice depth of field. You get the blossom that he's feeding off of, and the sprig that it's attached to, and the wings, of course, aren't in focus because they're hummingbird wings, but actually you can see the little sections to the feather in the center of that wing, which is just a sweet capture. Very nicely done. Yeah, that can stay in.
29 is
that
in.
That can stay in.
30, You Shall Not Pass.
Okay. You shall not pass. Okay. All right. You do have Gandalf here. So, interesting portrait. Using the light from the laptop to somewhat pick up those shadows underneath the chin, even though he's still lit from the front. Nicely focused. Nicely done. I like that it's titled "You Shall Not Pass," and my only problem with this is that pulls the attention away from the face. The face is a good face. It's well shot, but the attention keeps going to that laptop case. But it's nice. It can stay in for now.
And that is the end of our images. Let's go back through and pull out the outs. And I have a total of 22 images left. Do you have the same?
Yes, that is correct.
Perfect.
So now I'm going to start revisiting my brain, because first pass you always have to look at everything.
That's true.
And that's something that when I teach judging, I inflict upon my judges. They're like, you must look at everything. Don't just because you don't like something or other, throw it out. You have to have a reason.
Well, I'm on number one.
Chattering away here.
I'm on number one when you're ready.
Okay.
And we need to get down to 7.
All right. I'm just looking at now and looking at these. Trying to think. We have 27. I'm trying to get down to 7. Okay. For now, 5 is staying in for sure.
Okay.
1 is staying in for sure.
Okay.
I think 11's staying in for now.
11's in.
17 is definitely in.
17 is in.
21 is definitely in.
21 is in.
25 and 28 are in.
25 and 28 are in.
'Kay, now I have to scroll back and forth. So if it appears that I'm just ignoring you, I'm really not. I'm looking at
It's okay.
figuring that I may have talked too much already, so I don't want to bore anyone to tears.
While you're doing that, I'll just talk to everybody in the stream. Thanks for joining us. We've had a lot of people sending in membership
20's
forms.
still in, by the way.
What's that? I'm sorry?
20's still in.
20 is in.
Now, let me go back through.
And what I was saying, for our new members, we've had quite a few new members join up. Of course, we are at the end of our season. Dues after the new year are half priced. However, we only have one competition left in April, and then we have a club events competition, and then our end of year judging as well. We do recommend that you come out and join us on Saturday, March 27th. Of course, the rain date is the 28th at Lake Waterford Park. And bring the family. Come on out. If you have any family or friends that is into photography at any skill level, come on out and hang out with us. And if you have any questions about the club, we'll have plenty of people there that can answer every question you've got.
I'm going to drop first place on number 5.
Number 5. Okay, first place. Annapolis Sunset, right?
Mm-hmm. Second place on number 1.
Number 1, second place. Mask Up America.
Third place on 25.
25, Spring Flowers is third place.
Fourth place on 21.
21 is fourth place on the tracks.
Honorable mention on 28.
Okay. 28 Trailside Sunsets, our first honorable mention.
17 is an honorable mention.
17 Lunchtime is an honorable mention.
And 20 is an honorable mention.
20 is an honorable mention. That is hole 47. Okay, let me get the rest of these ones out. Let me update my hard copy here. Okay,
Does that
here.
give me all of them? Let me see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
6, 7, 7.
Okay. Honorable mention to John Milliker with Old 47.
Ah.
Honorable mention to Fred Venecia with Lunchtime. Honorable mention to Ron Pfeiffer with Trailside Sunset. 4th place to Christine Milliker with On the Tracks. 3rd place, Lou Sapienza with Spring Flowers. 2nd place to Fred Venecia with Mask Up America. And 1st place to Rich Stolarski with Annapolis Sunset. Thank you all so much. Congratulations. And if your image is placed, please post them on the Facebook group after the stream and let us know exactly how you shot them. Give us more information about where they were shot. Nancy, that is the end of our contest. We want to thank you so much for coming out. Do you have any time for questions if anybody has them?
Unfortunately, being St. Patrick's Day, I'm missing parts of a live cast that I'm supposed to be out. So I'm afraid I don't tonight. I'm so sorry. If people want to, John, if somebody wants to email you a question, I'll be happy to answer. You send me them via email, and I'll happily answer them back.
Well, that sounds like something. I want to get Christine to contact you anyway, because you said you also teach some judging as well. I think you'd be a great program to come in and maybe kind of pick apart how you look at an image. Because you've definitely got the eye, and I've got a couple questions.
When we can actually see people again?
Yeah, maybe that too. All right. Well, thank you, Nancy.
Okay.
Go enjoy your St. Patrick's Day celebration out there, and you can
I've got to go find my Guinness.
You can go ahead and disconnect this call while I end the stream.
All right. Thank you very much. I really appreciate all of you. And remember, enter your local fairs. Anne Arundel has a great photography department. Maryland State Fair accepts. You're probably eligible at Howard County too. Enter the fairs. People need your support, and they give you prizes. It's great, and there's money, so it's always good.
Money and prizes. I like it. Thank you so much, Nancy.
So thank you.
Once again, thank you everybody for joining us
bye-bye.
on the contest stream. Again, next week is, let's see, let me bring this back up. Next week on Wednesday, March 24th, is going to be a great program by Lynn Garwood on composition beyond the rule of thirds. And then Saturday, March 27th at Lake Waterford Park in Pasadena, Maryland. Bring out your chairs, bring out your lunch. We will be socially distancing. If you don't feel well or don't feel comfortable with a gathering, please don't come, because we will have many more of these, hopefully, if the weather cooperates this year. And there are plenty of things to photograph. You can walk around the park, or we usually sit butts in chairs and just kind of converse with everybody. But bring out your cameras, bring out your questions. You'll have plenty of time to talk and hobnob with some of the other members. And if you or someone you know is into photography, bring them out, let them know. And if they have any questions about the club and what we offer, we'll have plenty of people able to talk there as well. And then the following week, Wednesday, March 31st, we have a program by our own Mike Thomas. Keep an eye out for updated information on the topic, because he's working on something very nice for us. And please be aware that March photo assignments are due by 6 p.m., and that photo assignment will have a discussion on Wednesday, April 7th, where we will discuss that assignment. Remember, the theme is daily tasks. Anything you do during your day, we want to see it. Submit up to 3 photos on your daily tasks and daily routines, and try to tell us a story with your photographs. And with that, our stream is over, and I want to say good night and thank you for everyone for coming out. Good night.